So I'm going to share with y'all why I feel like there is no such thing as universal truth. Meaning, nobody is technically wrong and nobody is technically right. Now, this is an understanding I gained around like 2023. And mind you, everything I talk about is from my personal journey, my personal understanding from my journey. And everything I learned, I feel like I will have a certain understanding. And from my journey, from my personal life experience, it will birth a new understanding from an understanding I already had. If you get what I mean, you do. If you don't, I'm sorry. But my understanding is we're all God's creation experiencing God's creation. I believe that all that exists is perception. There is no such thing as right, wrong. All that exists is your perception of that situation, your perception of that understanding, your perception. So even down to everything that we consider or we deem as good or bad in this world, like McDonald's is bad or this is good, whatever the case may be, that is still God's creation, experiencing God's creation. God gave somebody that idea to create that thing. And I believe that everybody's perception is based on your personal life experience. Because if you think about it, the way anybody feels, thinks, acts, or moves is based on their personal life experience from a baby, okay? What they experienced as a child in their home or what they saw to whatever the way they're moving, thinking, or acting, everybody believes that it's right. Unless that person is open to a new understanding, is open to a new perception of something they already think they know, they technically are right. Because their personal life experience has shown them why behaving this way is right, has shown them why thinking this way is right, has shown them why whatever they do is right. That's why I don't be big on right or wrong. I'm big on morals and principles. Because what you do is not wrong, but it just don't align with my morals. And I'm big on morals and principles. And based on how you act will let me know what morals and principles you have. And it will let me foresee your behaviors, your mannerisms, your thinking, your actions. So I could weed out the weird people, the weird relationships, the weirdos. Sometimes I still fall victim, but I use my morals and intuition as a compass. But back to what I was saying, y'all. I feel like there is no such thing as universal truth because we're all living in our own personal world, meaning everything you see around you, everything you absorb with your eyes, with your senses, you're absorbing it and it's going to, my intuition just came through. Okay, y'all listen. So think of everybody's perception as like a personal filter, right? You know how like if you buy like a water filter, it has like those like jugs that have, it's a water filter. It has like a little thing that filters the water, right? So think of perception as a filter. Everybody has their own personal perception, their own filter, which is built up from situation maybe based on what they lived, basically, right? I hope y'all are with me. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. So tying perception as a filter to the understanding that we're all living in our own personal world, all that is happening is that sometimes our worlds overlap. Meaning sometimes you might share the same understanding with somebody, the same perspective with somebody, the same perception with somebody on that certain topic, on that certain action, on that certain situation. So everything we observe or absorb goes through our personal filter, okay? And this ties to manifestation. I'm a big believer in everything is interconnected, but that's a whole separate video, okay? But back to science manifestation, right? You know how they say you create your own reality? Everybody's technically using their personal filter to manifest their own reality. So you cannot look at somebody and be like, you're wrong or you're right. Because whatever belief system you have, your personal life experience has to validate that. Unless that person is open to a new perception, a new perspective, a new understanding, their personal life experience will keep validating whatever they believe to be true. Like, for example, a Nazi person. Morally, that is wrong. I don't know how you can say that's right. But their personal life experience has validated why they think what they think is right. I believe we're all creating our own realities. And sometimes we overlap with other people where we share the same perspective, share the same understanding, share the same perceptions, okay? But the aspects of yours that don't align or aren't the same doesn't necessarily make them wrong. That's why my friends hate it when I say this, but I love saying, like, even down to words I pronounce. My friends be like, that's not how you pronounce it. I'd be like, in my reality, yes, it is. Because in my world, that pronunciation sounds better. So in my world, I am the declarer, and I made a new law saying this word is pronounced this way. My friends hate when I do that, but actually I love it because it's my reality. In my personal reality, I could count more than 5 on my hand times that my personal reality has contradicted what society deems as the steps to do X, Y, and Z, or the way you do X, Y, and Z, or how to get X, Y, and Z, or how to do this, or how to do that. My personal life experience contradicts those society truths, okay? And I feel like living with the understanding that nobody is wrong or right, it's only your perception, helps you live a more peaceful life. Because me personally, now how I move is that once I try to share a certain perspective with you, once I'm aware that you're not open to that understanding, or you're resistant to my perspective, not even to like agree with me, but to just hear me out, or like, you know what I'm saying? Because not before I even get on that topic, but basically not to disagree, but to hear me out. I don't try to make people understand, because I am aware now, being easing into the understanding nobody is wrong or right, only your perception exists, helps me better notice who is open and receptive to who I am, how I think, what I want to do, what I want to say, how I want to be. Because it's not my job to tell you that I'm right for who I am, or what I think, or how I do, or what the fuck I want to say, or whatever. It's not my job to prove to you why my perception is right. And I don't need nobody around me who tries to force their perception down my throat. Because I'm a firm believer. Some people hate this about me, but I'm a big believer in agree to disagree. I'm a big believer in the fact that I could understand you and still disagree. I could step into your shoes, walk around in it, see everything you're saying from your perspective. And sometimes people open me to a new understanding, a new way of seeing a certain situation, certain topics, certain ideas, certain understanding. But sometimes I could step into your shoes, look from your perspective, step back in my shoes, and say no thank you. It doesn't mean your perception is wrong. It just means that your perception from your personal experience, and I don't agree. And I don't make it my job to make anybody agree with my perception, because from my personal belief. And you cannot tell me I'm wrong either, because my life and God has shown me, the universe has shown me, my ancestors shown me through my personal life experience why the way I think, the way I move is right, and why this is wrong. Like, for example, I don't believe in evil eye. I don't believe in return back to sender. I'm spiritual. I don't believe in that stuff though. And my life has shown me why I don't believe in that stuff. Whole separate topic. But I feel like that understanding is the easiest way to live blissfully and at peace. Because it stops you. Because everything, if you think about it, everything really ties back to people trying to get you to agree with their perspective. Everything, really, literally everything ties back to people trying to get you to agree with their perspective. I have so many story times sometimes that I'm so firm. I'm such a good listener, but I feel like sometimes people, when they receive my level of listening, they expect me to agree after. And I can make you feel so seen, so heard, and still stand strong in my understanding, in my perspective, in my beliefs. And some people, they're not even aware that their ego is so triggered that they unknowingly, subconsciously are trying to, in alternate ways, bring up the same topic, but still trying to force me to agree with their understanding. And that really ties to why I feel like everybody has narcissistic tendencies. I'm sorry, y'all. I ramble, I stutter. Because a lot of people that I've met who are spiritual like me, or have a certain level of understanding of their brain working like me, but their ego sometimes gets in the way. I feel like when it comes to certain topics, a lot of people in our society take not agreeing as not understanding. I'm the type of person where I could reiterate to you back everything you said, your whole perspective, and still not agree. So I'm the type of person where I would ignore that shit. This me, I cop things and I'd be like, no, your ego is attacked. Yes, your ego is attacked. Yes, it is, because you're still trying to get me to agree with your perspective. You think you're just trying to get me to understand, but I do understand. I have told you I understand. I just still don't agree. But you're taking me not agreeing as clearly she don't understand. Let me try a different way to explain to her. No, I don't need no more explanation. I understand to a T, Bookie. I just don't agree.